Hello everyone and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Don Jacobs. Hard to believe we're blowing through the month of June so quickly here, but I've got to tell you, I'm getting reports of bass being caught in local streams and rivers and lakes and ponds. People are out there catching tons of panfish, but we're going to experience a dry fly hatch, and we're going to do some fly fishing on a pretty well-known stretch for fly fishing. Now, Janet Schmidt, a friend of Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, a fly tyer, a guide, an educator, asked us if we'd like to go along and do a little bit of fly fishing.
So we're at the Francis E. Walter Dam, and we're below the dam and fishing the Lehigh River today. And we have some hatches starting, some March Browns are starting and sulfurs, and it's just a lovely day to be out. So what happens as these macroinvertebrates hatch, they make their way up from the benthic or the bottom of the river and start to make their way up to the surface where they're actually, for example, mayflies hatch out and fly to the edge of the greenery and shed again and then come back and lay their eggs. So trout are tuned in to hatches. We talk about matching a hatch. Certain species of mayflies, caddisflies, stoneflies, they start getting busy this time of year, and trout are really into eating them.
So we're at a good height in the river, a good temperature. You were saying a little cloud cover would help. We have a good chance of catching some fish today.
I think so. We've seen some rises this afternoon, so I'm hoping that we have a really good day today.
Fish on.
Good job. What'd you get them on?
I think a March Brown, but I'm not sure. I told you I don't know their names. Nice.
Good job,
That's
Don.
my first fish on a fly this year. We just started the season. Get over here. Where are you going? Little rainbow.
Nice.
Yeah. Come on. And there we go.
Good job. We're not skunked.
We're not skunked. The big fly everybody waits for is the March Brown, right?
Right. So that's another go-to fly, and you know we wait to see rises, and we wait to see those hatches come off. But that would be a go-to fly, as well as the sulfurs, which are starting to come off now too.
So if you're standing here and you see a rise, a splash, you sort of assume that fish is going to hang out in that same area. You want to put your fly there, right?
Right, and you want to make sure you cast in front of him. You don't want to cast where the rise was, because the current is moving. So actually where you saw the rise is actually not where he is. He's probably a little bit further up or down, depending on the flow. So you want to cast above that rise and drift it to him without a drag, because if he sees anything that's unnatural, he's going to look at it and refuse it. Actually, there's no rules there. You know, you can actually sink that dry fly and let it go under the water and strip it a little bit, and it looks like an emerger to a trout. You know, their brain is only the size of about a pea or less, but they know when there's a bug that's an opportunity to eat. Ooh, got him!
Nice. Nice. You deserve this fish. Get it in. You've changed flies 20 times on it.
I don't think he's real big, but it's all right. It was in the shadows, close to the rhododendron there. Well, actually, it's a pretty good fish.
Yeah.
And it was on a March Brown.
Very, very nice. On a March Brown. You said you would probably have to switch to that.
Yep, and that's what we were seeing coming off, so we give them what they want. At least we think we do anyway.
There's a whole bunch of other ones feeding in that same spot.
Yeah.
Make sure you show that to the camera. You deserve this fish, Janet. You went from one fly to the next. You systematically came up with a solution, and look at this.
Well, with a little help. Nice brown. Nice brown.
And just when you get a second, lift your head up and look where we are.
Yeah.
How gorgeous this is. This is like fishing in Colorado.
It is pretty here.
If you can, show that right before you release it. Look at that. Nice brown trout, Lehigh River. Good going, kiddo.
All right.
Good going.
Exciting it's been. I had a lot of encouragement from some dear friends, and I've started a guide business for Walk and Wade. And it's really been a lot of fun, more than anything. I have wonderful clients, and when I take them out, when they actually get out there and start fishing and do some of the techniques I give them, and they catch a fish, it's just like I've caught that fish.
Public waters?
Public waters, yep. And so 7 different waters that I'll guide on. Depends on flow, what's hatching, person's ability to wade, what the person's interests are. Sometimes they're coming from Philadelphia and they want to meet somewhere closer to them, so we try to accommodate. Got him.
Got him. Nice. That looks like a good fish.
Yeah, he sipped it.
Nice job. I love the fight on a fly rod, don't you?
Oh, there's nothing like it.
And especially when you think they're in, they're getting tired, and they see you, and they're gone again.
And they take off again.
You better get ready. Everybody's going to want to book you for a guide trip.
I don't know, I hope so. Sometimes you just get lucky.
That's a beautiful fight. Glorious background.
Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, baby. My favorite. It's a brook trout.
Nice. We got a rainbow, a brook, and a brown today.
Yep.
So far. Nice going. Good job. I've enjoyed this trip with you today.
I as well. It's been great.
Yep.
Wonderful day.
When do you find time to fish yourself?
I do. I squeeze it in. I do get to fish, and the neat thing about this retirement is I get to be as busy as I choose to be. And to be honest, when I'm out with person guiding, I am fishing. So it's all good. Got him.
Yeah.
I think he might have been that one that's been dogging me all day over there.
Then he's going to be filled with bugs.
Nice little brown.
Good job.
All right.
Janet, I wish you the best with your chapter, with the evening hatch, and your guide service.
Thank you so much, Don, and I can't tell you how much it's been a pleasure to work with the both of you. And I just love being outside and being able to fish, and it's always fun to fish with friends.
You got it. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Janet. We had a blast. We caught a lot of fish that you didn't even see there. The water was bubbling. Of course, she's also very much involved with Trout Unlimited. She's the new president of the Western Pocono chapter of Trout Unlimited. And to get in touch with her for anything, that or even some lessons or her guiding, you need to check her website out at anglersrefuge.com. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.